Hi, I'm Peices, and this is HOI4, where we're playing with expert AI as the German Reich. We've got a few things here to do, and I haven't played for a few weeks because I was playing Diablo instead. So we're gonna get our bearings here a little bit. I think this is a good place to make a recap. So we've got our volunteers down here in Spain, and Kurt Student here has been grinding away as much as he can. He's managed to get the Mountaineer, and he's on 98% of Hill Fighter. We should be able to grab that in this combat that's coming up here, with a little bit of luck. And the Spanish Civil War is gonna ebb out there very, very soon. We also just finished the Sudetenland focus, and that means we've got some free civilian factories. We are currently building military factories and refineries, so let's keep on with this. We can probably build a refinery there as well. I said we do have 100% there. And I should build one here too, I think. Let's build, should probably build it up to full there though. Let's keep the entire stack. Franken, we want to save a few slots. We want to save some to build the refineries there as well. So we'll grab that. We'll move this up and we'll just keep them every other. In Saxon we need to save 2 slots. And we'll do it that way. And Hanover, we're saving the slots, I think. Let's build a little bit here in Württemberg, a little bit in Oberbayern. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. I might want to put in those extra refineries in Saxon as well. Yes, we've got some Hugo. We've also got some free military factories, but before that we do have an operative that needs to be rescued. It should have been launched, right? Oh. Well, helps if we've got the right operative to capture or to do that. It was also running out in 2 days, so we kind of needed to fix that. Also got some political power that we want to use. We've also lost Hjalmar Schacht. So we need to pick someone else here. And I guess we could go with Himmler or Canaris. Let's say would be the 2 ones that are actually worth going for. And we're not going with the Bormann way, but I think maybe we want to push for Heinschel here instead. I think you usually prefer Heinschel over the other ones. Yeah, alright, so let's go with Heinschel for the tanks. And I think this is the time. Do we want to spend something on a theorist instead? What are we researching? No, we're in 38. We can wait a little bit more with the theorist. High Command can wait a little bit. Would like to have Chief of Navy in, but Navy experience is really easy to get anyway, so let's grab Heinschel there. Doctrines, yeah, we don't really need that. We're going to need arm experience to go over our templates here in a bit. And we do have Rundstedt here. He just doesn't have a portrait for whatever reason. Okay, so our free military factories. What do we want to do here? We probably want to be building more medium bombers, more aircraft. We're going to be needing a lot of fighters. We probably want to ramp up the fighter production. We'll put all of those 4 into fighters, I think. We do have a surplus of rubber. I think we're still importing a little bit from the French though. We did unlock submarines as well, so we've got some submarines to design. Now we'll save the immediate submarines for the future. This was something that was added by blood alone. Only for the Italians, I think, and maybe for someone else. It's basically just a a smaller submarine. Have an engine and a torpedo slot, doesn't have anything else. And the range is abysmal. But Germany did make quite a few midget submarines, so I figured we'd add that in so we have it. We are going to be designing a cruiser though. And what we want to be designing, of course, we're just going to pop it over there to historical submarines. So they get U numbers. This, of course, is going to be the Type 9A. We're going to put on the best engine we have. We're going to fill her up with torpedoes. And we do want to have the fuel tanks. This is what the cruiser submarines, of course, has as their specialty. Adding these extra fuel tanks increases the range. The Type 9s, though, did have quite a lot of torpedoes as well. So let's grab some more Type 9 or some more torpedoes there. And this at least puts it on par with the Type 7s. But and then we can add some radar or snorkels or something in the middle later on. We do have a few variants left there to design. So we'll spend 18 experience for that, no problem. Let's do it this way and let's go in on submarines. Might want to keep these hulls here. Can decommission the early ones. You can see the price there. It's quite a lot more expensive, but it does have quite a bit more range. Actually only 2,000 kilometers. But that's going to have to do for now. Let's add a squadron of these. I think of the 9As there were only 2 that was constructed. We'll just put them into the... where do we have you? Doesn't really matter which one we put them into. We'll split them off into a separate one later on. Pop them in above there, probably not on that many dockyards. 4 will have to be enough for now. And got the carriers coming in. Probably want to be designing the Bismarcks soon as well, but that's not quite ready yet. I think we're waiting for some tech. We want to have the fire control, and don't think the light batteries are going to help us there, but definitely the fire control and the radars, so that we get them on from the start. Alright, so yeah, let's get going there. And Hungary renounces the Treaty of Trianon. In a public declaration, Miklos Horthy has renounced the treaty imposed by the Allied powers after the Great War. Signed by the Hungarians under protest in 1920, it greatly reduced the country's size and limited the strength of its military. In his speech, Miklos Horthy already hinted that the Hungarians may soon look towards reaffirming their claims on territories taken from them 2 decades ago. They have escaped the yoke of the Versailles. I think we're probably going to get some more pop-ups. Okay, so we didn't get the... oh, we lost our consumer goods from there. Yeah, I think this is a fair spread of our troops. We want to keep them on the Czech border for now. How are we doing in our aircraft? Probably got a few of those down here too. And we should probably be checking that we're actually getting this trade here. 99%. And how far are they away from... as soon as Valencia falls, I think the war is going to be over here. But we should be getting this hill fighter very, very soon. That's okay, so the fall of Nanjing. This is not really relevant to us. We'll read them when we do a Japan playthrough. Yeah, we'll stand there and we can attack into 2 different hills. That might be a good one. And we should be... yeah, there we go. And we finished the paratroopers there. Let's see, do we want to go in and... let's finish these off. We'll fix with all of this later on. Okay, so what do we want to be researching here instead then? Oh, we're going to get a research bonus for that. Might be a good idea to start on the medium tanks. This would put them in production right at the start of World War II. So that's about time, I think. 13 days for armor, then we can start looking at what we're going to be doing with our Panzer IIIs. I would like to have some newer engines here as well. Germans were quite late to adopt heavy machine guns for their aircraft. We'll hold off a bit on those, we don't really need those. The Focke-Wulfs didn't really come into service until 41, even though they were probably flying it this time, or at least under development. But I think this is going to be one for the tanks. And we can use the tank armor for that. We'll see that more finishes. I could go for something that we are doing loads of electronics. Do we need anything more for the battleships? We've got the batteries. Now we're probably going to be waiting for the basic dual purpose batteries. I think this is a worthwhile wait. And we're not on that big of a deadline for those. Could spend some experience to get that out of the way. We don't want to be spending too much effort into this. Yeah, no, we'll do those for the later ones, I think. Armor. Now that is tempting. We could go for armor here, and we could go for the dual purpose ones. Probably make them quite slow. Also got the research boost for submarines. Would be one to get. We are hopelessly out of... no, we're only missing interwar. But we do want to have that small... Yeah, we're going to grab the interwar artillery. We already did a little bit of research into it before. And that'll help with the tank construction as well. And we've got some more free military factories. I think we're just going to put this into... Okay, what are we doing there? Are we just keeping a few of these in? Oh, the ones into production. We really need to ramp up the fighter production here now. So I'll just put 20 there. And we really need to bump up the medium tank production as well. 3 stockpiled. Yeah, that's going to be... we're going to be needing lots there. Now, as soon as we start getting efficiency here, of course, we're going to start getting loads of these very quickly. Thanks to being concentrated. That's probably not the best vector to attack from, but it does look like we are pushing through anyway. And helping them clear out that pocket. I think we might want to head down this way and help them clear out Valencia. Right, so we finished the improved light batteries. Let's go for the basic dual purpose batteries. And then once those are done, we should be able to do the... We should have everything in place to do Bismarck class. How are we doing for our Panzer divisions? We might want to be building a few more of those. Do think we've got the light tanks. We're going to just add some medium tanks into this mix here. And switch them out. Logistics. Yeah, we got 600 light tanks. I think we're using 200 per division at the moment. 240. Yeah, because there's 60. So let's grab 2 of those. I think we've also got enough trucks. This is a very big motorized division. I think that's fine. Let's grab, so we've got a few of these. Because we're going to be needing those too, of course. We probably do want to have some paratroopers, but we want to fix up this template a little bit before. I probably want to be starting to train these two as well. They're going to be elite, of course. Paratrooper divisions. Fallschirmsjäger. And this is a little bit on the thin side, of course. Especially for being a division. We're going to need artillery. Question is if engineers are worth it here. And probably. Could probably be using armed recon, since we can, for whatever reason, paradrop them. I think that might be a good one. Adds just a little bit of armor and breakthrough to them. And the support anti-air, yeah, they're going to be dropped in behind enemy lines. Anti-tank, probably shouldn't need anti-tank on them. Engineers, well, it does have the movement bonuses and the defense bonuses. What do we have in defense? Yeah, we're going to be needing to do something there too. My question is if we want to spend all this experience to do a paratrooper division. I think we might want to tack something off from here. I definitely want to have the artillery. I think we'll skip the engineers. How much do they add? They add 20 defense, or 24. Yeah, we're skipping the engineers there. I think this is going to be fine. I might actually want to skip the recon as well. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's only 3 armor. And don't think they were giving that much breakthrough, right? 8 breakthrough. Recon, however, is good on the defense, and I'm thinking these are probably going to be mostly on the defense. But no, we'll leave it like that. 35 experience, a lot more affordable. Yeah, of course. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, we can kill them, the paratroopers. That's fine. Or we'll change it to something more appropriate. Fallschirmsjäger. I think that's probably wrong. No, we want to press, if we just hold it over there, we can see. Yeah, okay, wasn't that far off. Just add a C there and remove an S there. Perfect. We do want to have a few of these into production. 3, we take what we get. I can probably add in a 4th unit. We of course have a lot of mountaineers as well, counting towards our special forces cap. I'm thinking these can be dropped into key places and hold them on while the offensive goes, especially up against Norway and Denmark for that matter too. If we can manage to drop some of them in central Denmark. Against Belgium they were used quite heavily as well. And I think one of the biggest paratrooper missions was made against Crete, right? Yeah, Crete, not Cyprus. Okay, so we finished the improved armor protection. Let's see what we can do with our tanks then. And we'll pop this one straight into the Panzer Force, or what will be the Panzer Force. And we will try to utilize this armor. Okay, so let's grab our Panzers here. Panzer IIIs, of course. Now we've got a pretty solid design here. We have the small cannon on. And obviously I would like to switch this one up to the improved small cannon, but we haven't researched that one yet. We've got a few days off that. But there were quite a lot of variants of this one, so we can start by doing one of these changes that was done quite early on in the development. And with the advent of the E model, they switched over to torsion bar suspension, which of course was a huge upgrade from the previous boogie one that they had. So that's what we're adding. That's kind of the big one. This also applies the Heinschel modifier here, which increases our reliability and speed. So our reliability is up to 99%, and speed is up to 8.4. We're kind of trying to keep them above 8 so that they keep on moving. And we're going to be switching this one up in a bit too. Let's see what more we've got. Do we have the new radios? No, we don't have any new radios yet. Don't think we're going to be using the smoke launchers. but we can start off here with I want to have some additional machine guns. We're going to have some armored skirts on it. Increases the armor and breakthrough. Just because they are cool. And they were deployed on the Panzer IIIs as well. Not on the A, of course. No, let's just rename this one to the E, so we denote that this is actually a major upgrade from the A to D versions that we had before. Do we want to switch this one out for something? I think I would probably want to have a... I think they had something like a turreted heavy machine gun, actually. And increases soft attack by quite a lot. It's just this little bugger down there. Whilst this extra one was one that you'd add on the hatch there. So kind of a stand for it. I would actually like to try the oil drums. Maybe that would be a more fun one to pick than the armor skirt for now. That is a 10% increase in breakthrough though. And these ones would increase the fuel capacity to 100. How much do we have from... Yeah, that's because it's a divisional stat from the start. We'll see. If we start running out of fuel, we can always put that on and start deploying them that way. We've also got here a small 3-man turret. It was just about enough space to cram 3 people into the turret in the Panzer III, so that's what we're going with. And that also limits the use of our armaments to small armaments. Which of course is why we've got the Panzer IV, because the Panzer IV has a bigger turret. So we can have bigger guns. And which was why they were kind of used later on as well. We do have a little bit more. I think we might actually need this extra speed for the coming gun, so we'll leave the armor as is. It's only 9 experience. Let's grab that one in there. Let's show the outdated ones again, and just for your old sanity, let's rename that one to the A through D. And just for my sanity, we'll do it that way. We only managed to build 5 of those, but oh well, it is what it is. I probably want to look into upgrading the BF-109 again too. Maybe a little bit later. Do we have something we can do with the Panzer IIs? Don't think we have anything worth doing on them. I guess we could use something, and we could add something like a machine gun, or we want to upgrade them once we get the new radios, I think. Yeah, this is fine. 8 kilometers per hour. It would be nice to just bump something. If we bump the armor up, we can actually get the bonus in there at the same speed. And then we get a reliability boost. So that is definitely worth doing. And this can be the B. Or we will just rename the other one. Of course, it starts with an A. And we will do it that way and that way. So thanks for hanging in there. Alright, so let's get moving again. Let's see what we are doing down here in Spain. Alright, so we finished the isometric radar. And we could go straight on down there, but I think we can pick up something else instead. We do have those coming in 70 days. We've got this one coming in 64 days, and we will upgrade the tanks yet again. We really want to have the upgraded engines there. Do we want to have any support companies? Maybe we want to go for some trains or some... I think we'll skip rail, because Germany did have a few railway guns, of course, in World War II. But I think we might actually skip those in favor of having cheaper trains instead. We did use these in the Great War mod, and those were the same guns that they actually did take out of use again and later on. in World War II. Okay, so how we're doing for infantry equipment? Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that later on. That's too early on. We could grab some. Kind of want to get these up to date as well. So let's make sure that we've got some of those done as well. Yes, no problem there. And I'm guessing the Spanish Civil War will kind of end there. Yeah, Spain was the next. And then they can concentrate everything up there, and it's only Barcelona left to conquer, and then it's going to be over. We got the fire control systems there. Still way ahead of time for anything here. And 1 year ahead of time there. Still a bit there too. Engines here. Would like to get those. That's 290 days is too much. 39, we could go a little bit ahead of time on construction though. Both construction and concentrated would be worth it. 15% factory output. I think this is where we're gonna put our effort. And we are still building a lot of things, of course, especially factories. And I think after these refineries, we probably need to just ramp up our production. We also need to fit in some radar stations, of course. Let's see what we are doing up here. I can probably just march into Barcelona. It looks like the Italians are attacking onto us here too. Completely out of supply. Might have been better off to try and take that hill. Once Barcelona falls, no, I was thinking they'd give in. I guess we do need to go all the way to Girona then. Right, so we finished the first Vienna Award. The Hungarians were one of the peoples that suffered worst after the Great War. In the slaughter of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, many Hungarians were stranded on foreign soil, though their ancestors had lived there for ages. We could greatly improve our relations with Hungary by awarding them some territories from Czechoslovakia. Well. And of course we keep on going down into a fate of Czechoslovakia. That is where we are after, of course. So let's grab that and let's see what happens here. There we go. And our volunteers will be coming back home. The Nationalist victory in the Spanish Civil War. After a long and grueling civil war, the Nationalists, united under Francisco Franco, have finally defeated their Republican enemies and secured control over Spain. Though isolated pockets of Republican troops continue to wage a guerrilla war that may well hamper the extortion of local nationalist control in previously Republican areas, it is unlikely further coordinated resistance of any significance will materialize. As the nation focuses on rebuilding its war-torn cities and industries, it remains to be seen what effects the nationalist ideological amalgamation will have on their foreign policy, and whether the generous foreign military aid they received will be repaid. An excellent outcome, well, at least for us. And we're done 5 months ahead of time, or 4.5. Spanish Civil War, of course, ended in the 1st of April in 1939. But we will happily take that. So we are getting our volunteer forces back. That should be 1st of December, okay. It's a long transit. We'll probably be faster by strategically redeploying them. And there we go. And we... okay, so we got one division that got a medal. That's quite nice. What can we select for them? We're not going to do this right now because we need to use our political power for something else, of course. Organization, reconnaissance. I quite like this medal system. It's fun to play with. Right, so we've got Pruth student here. We're not going to be in the Panzer Command, of course. I think I should be here in the west. And see if we can find Rundstedt here. He should be in charge there. And Student should be in charge of the mountaineers here. And this is also where the paratroopers and all the other kind of special forces will go. This, of course, because we got both Hellfighter and Mountaineer on Student here, he also got loads of levels, so he's at level 6 one now. We managed to get Adaptable, and that minus or plus 30% terrain penalty reduction is so good. And especially for something that's going to be fighting in bad terrain, like Mountaineers. And well, the paratroopers are going to need every piece of help they can get. So yeah, obviously we're grabbing Adaptable as soon as possible there. I might actually want to grab the paratrooper commando one here. So this one just helps them with attrition. And this one will make sure that they have supply for a little bit longer. And the glider planes, I believe, makes them so that they land with a... No, maybe the transport capacity. Okay. I thought they landed with a little bit more organization, but maybe not. Oh, we'll grab the paratroopers there. And, well, obviously we're going to go with infantry expert here, I think. So the entrenchment there would actually be quite good. What do we have for template here? We do have engineers here, so these have loads of entrenchment. And they'd actually get another 5 there. So this one's worth the same as an engineer company, which of course would help out the paratroopers. They're mostly going to be holding territory and not actually attacking into it. So in this case, I'm actually tempted to go with ambusher instead of infantry expert. I know, quite wild, right? Because each point of entrenchment, once they are actually entrenched, we give 2% more defense and 2% more. Actually, I think it actually gives attack 2 while on the defensive. So we're going to go with ambusher here. Yeah, let's do it. We'll see if that comes back to bite us in the future. Okay, while we are dishing out skills here, let's see what we've got going on down here. So we've got Manstein here. Do we have anything we want to give him? Scavenger would be okay, but no, we don't want to give him anything until he's got Panzer Leader, and I think this goes for most of them. Well, Guderian already has Panzer Leader. We could be going for Combined Arms Expert. I think this is going to be the better one for us. Because we're going to be using, just like the Germans did in real life, they did use a lot of motorized and mechanized in their divisions, or in their panzer divisions. And they were the ones that kind of came up with the 1 panzer battalion to 2 mechanized battalions that is still in use today. We will go with the Combined Arms Expert. And nothing worth it down there. Alright, do we have, what do we have here? We got Kuchler and Henrici. Let's check now his officer roles. Fyodor von Bock, I think we've already got, yeah, we got Halder there. Halder's fine. We don't need anyone else there. Yeah, we might want to look into these a little bit. Rundstedt, he's gotten a little bit of experience too. Probably very, very, very little though. We will save that, see if we can't get organizer on him instead. Or he should get organizer quite quickly. Let's see on Ernst Ebenhard Hell. No. Don't think we've got anyone here that's worth spending the points on. Well, Ritter von Lieb, he is on the West Command. Max entrenchment, that's such a worthless trait though. Most of these divisions here, if we take one of these with good experience, We've got 5 entrenchment, and we get a little bit more from doctrine and from other things along the way, but that's still it's like 1.5 entrenchment. And while here you get 1 more attack, which is 5% more attack, or 2.5% more attack, and the orc loss while moving is really good. So they actually arrive a little bit better. Now we're gonna go with the offensive doctrine, probably for all our generals. Okay, let's get going here again. We'll probably finish this one, right? Yeah, and they're just home chilling. Obviously, they didn't want to say that they were done with their mission, or else I just send them back into England, of course. I want to see if we can build up this intel again and see what they are doing, because we are lacking there again. We've got 47 factories, 24 on aircraft. I think we are matching them there at least now. Now we've got 20. Yeah, we were matching them in aircraft. We got all of the factories back into tanks here. That's good. We've got a massive upgrade order for the panzers. We will be converting them into the latest models. But we have another tech before we started doing that, of course. Yeah, and now they want to add high commander. Yeah, I will probably put Dönitz in charge here once we have the political power to spare, but he's probably the least urgent one that we do have. Naval insignia, yeah, these are all in times of war. The one we could add before is industry liaisons. But we're probably just going to go with aircrew service as the war starts instead. But if you want to rush air, that's a good one to go for. Okay, so we are in December. We're going to have to switch over into industry. These are the important ones. So construction is probably the most important one right now. And then concentrated is going to be the second one. And the 41 is definitely going to be concentrated industry. That's going to be the better one. We also want to get this one and this one out of the way. Production efficiency cap, of course, is nice. And the extra oil is going to help us. We're probably going to try and finish those off as the war starts as well. Let's go concentrated industry, 15% factory output. Yes, please. And that's instant 15% on everything here. Well, it's not actually 15% since we've only got 55%. So it's actually 30% or something increase, a little bit less than 30% from what we have at the moment. Okay, where were we? We were looking at, yeah, we just finished the Panzer III's main gun. We're gonna go in to the Panzer III and we're gonna pop on the improved small cannon. This one increases soft attack and most importantly hard attack by quite a lot and piercing by quite a lot. So this is a much more competent Panzer III now. I'm gonna bump that up there. We've still got a little bit of room here. We could actually bump the engine up as well. And bumping we've got loads of reliability here. I think over 95% is just wasted because it caps out. There's a hard cap somewhere there that is not displayed. Can't remember exactly where it is, if it's 90 or 95. We will bring that down to about 90% at least, and every tick of armor, of course, increases. Most of it increases armor, but it most importantly increases breakthrough. I'll take that up. I'll take that one up a little bit. We are there. See if we can do better than that. I think 8.1 is what we get. So now we're getting a 10 plus in breakthrough. Actually, we should probably have improved radio as well. That's even better. I'm going to put that on the Panzer IIs as well. And maybe that was a little bit far. How much is it if we go down? We want to keep that one. 90.3. That's plus 11. 2 more for that extra one. No, we got 60 armor there. I think this is fine. It doesn't really matter. No, we'll do it this way. So we've got a good Panzer 3 there. And let's upgrade the Panzer 2 while we are at it as well. We don't have the new automatic cannon. But the automatic cannon is a different beast. This one goes on the AA line, I believe. Anti-air artillery line. And we're going to upgrade that one as well once we get it. But we want to mostly put in a new radio here. I don't think on the light tanks here, they are mostly for volume. The armor doesn't really make that much of a difference here. Even adding that up doesn't make that much more. Maybe we could add some fuel drums to these though. That would help the divisions out. That's a little bit of production cost, but that's fine. The conversion cost isn't all that bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add the fuel drums there. I think we call these... Yeah, so let's call this one the C then. And obviously we want to put this into production. Let's grab the C there, and let's grab the F there. And we can soon maybe start putting these into, deploying them into the divisions as well. What do we have going on there? Okay, so we finished the basic dual purpose batteries. We probably want to get some more troops into the field as well. That means we've got most of what we want here in the Navy tab. And we do want to grab these magnetic detonators. That's 20% more torpedo attack, that's a big boost. I really want to grab the submarine hull here as well. 210 days. It's 1 year ahead of time, but we got that boost, so I think that's probably fine. We don't have anything else going for the... Yeah, no. We'll save those for other things. Could go for destroyers as well, but I don't think so. Let's just grab the submarines here. It'll be a little bit of a wait, but that gives us the submarine engine 3 and the new hull. And unlocks the snorkel for us. So we've got one dedicated to tanks, one dedicated to Navy, and one to infantry equipment at the moment, and two to industry. So I think that's a good spread. This industry one would be for tanks, no, not tanks, for aircraft, but we don't really have anything. We want to get these engines in as soon as possible. But other than that, we're not too much in a rush here. We have to focus somewhere, obviously. But all this designing new ships, and probably have to sort out our Air Force a little bit as well. We'll save that for the next episode, because it's that time again. So thank you very much for watching. Happy Midsummer, and take care. See you next time.